What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I've been thinking about it a lot lately, and I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to start a new playlist on this channel called Waiting for Success, and basically we're just going to go over the key things you need to be successful while wade fishing this year. Not just this year, but every year, different parts of the year and such on. So today it's going to be a very entry-level video. It's going to be how to stay safe while wade fishing and the gear that you need while wade fishing. Let's get to it. So let's start off by rods. I'm not going to say anything about reels because it's your preference, whether you throw a spinning reel or a bait caster reel. The only thing on those is you're probably going to want a really light reel because you're going to be throwing that all day, so you don't want nothing super heavy that's just weighing on your wrist all day. But let's go with rods. So rods, I throw personally a medium rod with a moderate fast action tip, and the reason I do that is because you don't want to be throwing a heavy rod because first off, it's just going to tear your shoulder up if you're throwing it thousands of times every day. So that medium rod's going to be a little bit lighter, and the moderate fast action is going to really help you when you're throwing tails, getting that action, that erratic action that trout really like. So let's talk about braid and leader. So on my wade fishing setup, I have 40-pound suffixed 332, and the reason I use that is because it's so thin and so durable. It's, in my opinion, the best braid out there. I've used different braids, but by far that is the best braid that I've used. The leader that I put on that is a 30-pound mono leader by Suffix Superior. There's a new fluoro out by DOAlures that has 10% stretch, so it's got that good stretch value like mono does when you're getting good hook set on a fish. But personally, I just use the mono. It's whatever. It's probably one of the easiest things for me to hold around and just take around when I'm wade fishing. Now, before I get into any other gear, I want to go ahead and talk about safety. So one thing you should always do is tell people if you're going wading by yourself if you don't have somebody with you. It's really safe rather to have someone with you, but like me, I go fishing a lot by myself, but I always make sure at least 2 people know. Just in case the first person doesn't answer, the next person more than likely will. The next thing I'm going to go over is sunscreen. Guys, you got to put sunscreen on. I know it's a hassle to go ahead and, you know, spray yourself down. I mean, the spraying is easy. Just spray yourself down before you go wade fishing. You're good. The cream is a little more of a hassle. You have to rub it into you and everything else, but you don't want to end up in 20-30 years with what's it called? Sun cancer, I think that's what it's called. Skin cancer. Skin cancer. You don't want it. I know a lot of people that are having surgeries because they have skin cancer due to not wearing sunscreen, and it's just a rough deal. You don't want to do that. So just go ahead and take the precautions that you need to keep from having that. Next, always wear a cap. I mean, I get it. Some people don't like wearing caps, but it's a really good precaution to keep the sun out of your face, out of your eyes. Along with that, bring a nice, you don't have to bring a nice pair of sunglasses, obviously, because you're going fishing, but wear some sunglasses. Polarized is really favorable upon most because you can actually see better into the water, and it's really better for the glare of the sun. Really doesn't matter, just make sure you're wearing glasses because looking directionally into that sun all day can really make you tired. It can give you a headache. It can actually cause permanent damage to your sight. So just wear some glasses if you're going out on a sunny day. Just wear some period, even if it's cloudy, because you never know when those clouds are just going to clear and become a sunny day. Next is for when you're moving around. So when you move around when you're wade fishing, you need to shuffle your feet. The reason why you do this, and this is very important, is there are stingrays on the ground in most bays, and if you step right on top of one, he's going to hit you with that barb, and you're going to end up going to the hospital, and it's going to take weeks to recover from that. Shuffle your feet. If you shuffle your feet and they kind of feel you coming, they'll just scurry off. But if you step on top of them, hey, that's just their defense mechanism is sticking you with that barbed wire. And so, or not barbed wire, but they're barbed. So go ahead and shuffle your feet when you're walking around wade fishing. So the last couple things I'm going to talk about as far as safety concern is hydrating. You need to hydrate before and after you go wade fishing, especially if it's going to be a super sunny day. The harmful rays of the sun will take all the hydration out of your system, and if you're not constantly replacing those fluids, it will result in heat exhaustion, passing out, even strokes. I mean, you constantly need to be pumping those fluids back into your body. And the last thing is there's an app called Naviotics Boating. And basically what it is you download the app. It's I think it's like $5 to download it, and it's worth it. I'm telling y'all it's worth it. I wouldn't tell y'all if it wasn't. You download an app, and it's the same system that comes on most standard GPSs and fish finders. And what it does is you download it in the area that you're fishing at, and it shows you the specific depths of certain places that you're making it go to. So like here's Matagorda, East Matagorda for example. Say you're going to go wade fishing there. I don't know if it shows it. There it is. You move it around and it shows you the different depths along the bay. Now this is super important. Sorry if I hit the camera. This is super important because you don't want to go off of a drop off. That's how lots of waders die every year. If you go on a drop off, especially if you're wearing waders, you can get sunk, you'll panic, and you'll drown. So you need to be super careful. It's also why you need to have a buddy with you when you're going about the depth of where you're wade fishing. Now let's get into the fun stuff. So like me and a lot of other waders, there's a thing called a wading belt, and I'm going to tell y'all what that is for. A wading belt is to keep all of the essentials that you need when you go wading, whether that be your a CPR, catch, photo, release, or if you're going to keep some fish that day. So on this right side, I have a stringer holder, and what a stringer is it holds your fish when you're ready to go ahead and keep them. You put your fish on the stringer, and then you tie it to yourself, and that's how you're going to carry your fish out for the rest of the day. On this other side, I always keep some pliers, and then a boga grip. So let's talk about boga grips. Boga grips come in all kinds of different styles. This one is the original boga grip. It runs for about $125, believe it or not. But this one it has a weight system on it. Let's see if I can get this in focus. Where you measure how much your fish weighs when you bring it in. So this is really good for like tournament fishing, if you're trophy trout hunting, anything like that. So that is a really good boga, but like I said, that's a little pricey. Next, you can go to Academy, and they have basically the same thing. They also have one that's weighted at, I think it's only like $30, $20, something like that. And then they have this one, and this one is just a boga grip, and it doesn't have the weight system on it, but it is a boga grip, and it runs for about $15. Next, there is another boga grip, and it's called the fish grip. And all it is it's the same exact thing. You go ahead and put the lip of the fish on there, and you close it down, and you hold on to it, and that'll keep your fish on there for you. And this one is the cheapest out of all of them, but it is really effective. I use this for a long time. I think they only run about $10, super cheap, very durable, and very well made, and they will get the job done. Now the actual belt, this one is a hook set belt. It runs around $15, but like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and get up and showcase this a little bit. So you put it around your waist, and you go ahead and strap it down, and it holds all of your stuff for the rest of the day. See, I got my stringer holder, so I'll string my fish on the stringer, keep them on there when I'm planning on keeping fish that day. And then on this other side, I keep my pliers right in here, strap that down. There's also a little one right here for your stringer if you don't have a stringer holder like this. And then what I do with my boga grip is I just get it, and I need to get a float for my boga grip because I don't want to lose these, especially how much money they are. But they have little chains down here that you go ahead and just hook your boga clip onto it, and you're good. You're good to go the rest of the day. And the reason I also said with this mono is, let me show y'all real quick why I like carrying this one. It has a little part on it for when it's on the shelf when you pick it up out of the store, but you can put a clip onto it, and then you can go ahead and clip that onto your wading belt too, and it's good to go. And then whenever you want to get line, you just pull it out. Now, like I said, I personally like the hook set wading belt, but Everlast makes a good wading belt too. But here's the thing with fishing: the more you spend on a certain object, the more you're going to get out of that object. It is okay to go with cheaper stuff. I mean, I use a lot of cheap stuff too. By no means am I a rich person at all. But if you pay for something that has a higher price than the same thing that has a cheaper price, it's going to tend to last a little longer. So this hook set belt is made out of material that's not going to deteriorate on you. Some of the Everlast belts, they're made of a stretch type of material that will eventually be ate up by the salt water. So those are good belts if you're starting out, but me personally, I like the hook set belt. Now, one thing that I keep on me all the time, whether I'm fishing out of the boat or wading, is I keep this lanyard on me. And what I have on this lanyard is I have my braid cutters. These are the, the boomerang braid cutters. They're pretty good. And then I have these, I think they're called forceps on them, but these are really good for if you're like using a corky or if you're using a tail or something and your fish absolutely devours it. It's in the back of their throat. This is really helpful to get that hook right out of the back of its throat. Next is a wading box. Now, these are optional. You don't have to have a wading box. You can keep your lures in the same bag that you bought them in, and you can put them in your pockets, you can put them inside of your waders, whatever. But personally, me and a lot of people like using wading boxes. Now, this is the one that I made myself. I have a video on it in my playlist, how to make this. It's only going to cost you about probably like 20 bucks to make it, but a lot of other people sell wading boxes for a lot more than that, so I really just do whatever you want. It doesn't matter to me. But I have my essentials, my top waters, my corkys, my paddle tails, my tail, rat tails, good wading box. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about is waders. Now, these are optional, but the reason I would wear these right now is because if I'm going out by myself on a long wade, like I said, like I don't have a boat, so when I go wading, I go out by foot. When I go on a long wade, it allows me to keep my phone in a waterproof spot so that I'm safe. I have my phone with me. If you hook up on a big fish and he spools your reel, or you have problems with the reel, you can always carry another reel with you in there. But like I said, these are optional right now because you can actually wade fish right now without any waders. The water's getting to around 75 degrees, which is more than comfortable for you to go out without any waders. So these are a necessity, but they are optional and they are a good option to choose from. Now, wade fishing boots. The ones that I'd wear with waders are just regular wade fishing boots. They don't have to be anything fancy, but when I'm going out without my waders, I use these Stingray guard boots. Now, what these do is they're just like the boots I have on right now, just regular boots underneath, but up top this is a Stingray guard, so if you accidentally do step on a stingray and he tries to hit you, you will actually be defended by this guard. These aren't expensive, but they are a very good, safe option to choose from. Alright guys, if you haven't already, go ahead and like and comment. It helps me out a lot, and subscribe if you aren't. I hope this helps y'all out if you're getting into wade fishing with the things that you need. I will be going over not ticks, why do you need ticks? I'll be going over tips and tricks on how to be a successful wade fisherman in this playlist, so go ahead and keep updating it. Let me know what y'all think, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.